if I've done something wrong. You don't treat me the same no more. Should've changed from good to poor. Your moms don't speak no more. Let me know if you don't want me no more. I grab my things and straight hit the door. Never hear from her, see me no more. Ain't no excuses, how we gon' do this? There's nothing to it, just be on some real shit. Cause I understand it, if that's how you want it. All you gotta do is let me know, baby. Yeah.
Baby, let me know what's going on.
Things ain't the same, no. No, no, no. Let me know.
Baby, let me know what's going on.
Things ain't the same, no more. I've never seen you this way before. I thought we talked about this from the jump. I thought you loved me, I guess I was wrong. Our relationship is gone out the door. So stop running, girl, let me know. I can find me another home. And there's one thing that's for sure. I can take this here no more. Ooh.
Baby, let me know what's going on.
Things ain't the same, no more. Baby, let me know.
Baby, let me know what's going on.
Things ain't the same no more. Baby,
let me know.
I can't
take this no more.
Oh, no. Baby, let me.
Baby, let me know.
I can't
take this no more.
Oh, let me. I said, baby, let me know. Oh, yeah. Said, baby, let me. I said, baby, let me know. Said, baby, let me. I said, baby, let me know. Oh, baby, let me. I said, baby, let me know. I said, baby, let me. I said, baby, let me know. Baby, let me know. Baby, let me know. Baby, let me. I can take this. Oh, no. Baby, let me know. Baby, let me know. Say,
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the shop. I'm actually waiting for Ms. Tatanisha to join. She's my co-host. How's everybody doing tonight? I know we still got people filtering in. What's up, Danielle? Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Who else is in the room? If you are in the room, if you could type something in the chat. Let's see here. So tonight's topic, hold on 1 second. Tonight's topic is about, hold on. Okay, there you go, Danielle. Yeah, tonight's topic is about relationships. So, I want to wait for Tatanisha to join so she could join in on the conversation. But the question is, would a successful man build up a woman who had nothing compared to woman that was successful, would she build up a man who had nothing? And what is your, since I got Danielle, you're saying something. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's true that men build up women compared to women building up men? Let me know how you feel while we're waiting for everybody to join. Let's see. You think so far as what? Far as women or far as men? Could you name an experience that you had, or tell us about an experience that you had where you might have built up a man compared to a man building up a woman? If there's any men in the room, let me know. I see we had 3 people so far. She says she's trying to connect. Men taking care of women. So is it more likely that a man will take care of a woman, or a woman will take care of a man? Or would a woman overlook a man? Would a successful woman overlook a man who had nothing, or would she try to build him up? That's the question. Let's see. Somebody say something. I'm gonna start pulling people. If you want to come up on video while we waiting for Tatanisha, let me know. Just raise your hand, because I'm interested to find out from a woman's perspective compared to a man's perspective on this topic. Let's see. Vaughn, Danielle said, I've helped build my ex-husband so we could build as a powerful couple, but things didn't work out. So do you think, as being that you did build him up, did you do you think he left right after that? Do you think it's more typical that a man will leave once a woman helps build him up, or would it be vice versa? If there's any men in the room, if you could put a 1 up on the comments. Yeah, I think men definitely have to be secure within themselves. But what if the man or the woman isn't secure? So for the people that are joining, the topic was in relationships. So with relationships, do you think that men build up women more than women build up men? If a successful man, if you have a successful man, would he build up a woman who had nothing compared to a woman that was successful? Would she build up a man who had nothing, or would she overlook him and just keep it moving? So that's really the topic, and that's the question. That's the biggest question for tonight. Mm. You said it becomes resentment, but how do you feel that it will become resentment? Is it resentment in the end, or is it resentment? Of course, it would be resentment in the end if it's not reciprocated. Okay, I'm gonna pull you up here. Hold on real quick. Let's see. Let's see if she could come up. If it allows her to come up. Okay. All right. So what you're gonna have to do, there's a microphone button and then there's a small circular button beside it. That's gonna be a camera button. If you
Okay.
hit that, I should be able to.
Okay. Can
Perfect.
you hear me? All right,
Yeah.
cool. Don't mind the hair; it's all crazy looking right now. But
You good.
um, now repeat what you were saying earlier.
All right. So the question is, would the question and the topic for tonight is, would a successful woman, or would a woman in general build up a man who had nothing compared to a man that was successful? Would he build up a woman?
Well, like I said, men are more of the providers,
Mm-hmm.
and so a lot of times, in my opinion and in my experience, I've seen men who look at women as damsel in distress, and they want to rescue her and take care of her. So to me, that seems like that is more accepted as opposed to women taking care of men. Now, I can speak of my own experience where, like I said, I built my ex-husband up, where I
Mm-hmm.
helped him whatever endeavor he wanted to do. It was a complete college, whether it was for him to help his business, whatever he wanted to do. That's what it boiled down to. I was going to be there. I was going to ride for him. But in the end, again, it comes into being secure within yourself, because if you're dealing with someone who is not secure, it does become resentment over time, because she thinks she's better than, or they're trying to tear you down to build their own strength because they don't feel like they can do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So and my situation, when we talked about it, it was more of a DV situation. So after he got his degree, he was out. So I think women are less prone. We'll do it. We'll ride for you. But I also feel like we're kind of tired,
Mm-hmm.
of the nonsense. We're kind of tired of, having to take care of somebody if you're not going to reciprocate, if you're not going to do for the family or do for us. It has to be, not just 50-50, but 100% on both sides.
Yeah. So you think that men? So that's more common in men. You think once men get to a point where they're comfortable, it's typical for them to leave, to say, "All right, I'm good, I made it."
I mean, it's possible. It happens. It does happen because, it goes back to them sayings where, they're going to leave for what they want. It's like, this is saying, poor men dream of what rich men can do.
Okay.
It's some paraphrasing, but it's basically saying, like, you see the ones that are, they're not making it. They're broke, and
Mm-hmm.
they're getting the women that will support them. And then once they make it, they get the women that they want, the trophy wives, or, you hear those kind of stories all the time. So it's possible, but it goes back to the person that they are. If they're naturally a person that's willing to support and ride for their women, they're not going to leave for somebody else because they see the character in that person.
Okay. So when it comes down to relationships, would you say what actually crosses a line in relationships to you?
A lot of things. Disrespect is one of the first things, and it can start off subtle. It can start off with just saying, a backhanded compliment. It can start off with verbal abuse. It could start with, disrespect, humiliation in front of family members, not protecting your woman in front of your own family, in front of friends. So I think that's the beginning of that as far as relationship goes.
I had somebody say lying,
Yeah,
as far
lying,
as on the men's
definitely,
side.
definitely.
How do you know? So when it comes down to disrespect, like when I say what's crossing the line, what's a deal breaker for you? Like if you're in a relationship, what's something that you just say, you know what, I can't deal with this. I'm good. I'd rather just what at what point? Because when we get in relationships, that's men and women. sometimes it's hard to let go, or it's hard to
Absolutely.
it's hard to let go. You know what I'm saying? Because you get complacent and you get so used to that particular person. Even if you know that that person isn't good for you, it's extremely hard to let go.
Right.
And at what point or when would you say? I could tell you from a man's perspective, and I hope some of the guys that are in the chat can back me up on it. What, from a woman's perspective, when is it the right time, or when is it that time where it's time to say enough is enough
I,
to you?
for me,
Yeah.
I say for when my peace is disturbed. I cherish my peace of mind. And when I feel it's toxic, if I feel like if I'm arguing more than I'm happy with you, you gotta go. If I feel like it's, my children will come first. So if you
Mhm.
can't respect that, you gotta go. Like, I mean, I've had a lot of boundaries, crossed. And as I'm getting older, it's like, all right, enough's enough. So my boundaries are like, I have low tolerance for nonsense. So no, you can't come in here with just any old type of rap. You can't come in here with just any type of lying, no type of manipulation, none of that, because I've heard it all. And I'm not willing to go through that kind of foolishness with anybody else. If I've already experienced it with my own ex-husband or experienced it with somebody that I know is not meant for me. So but I think it also goes down to before crossing the line, you got to vet who these people are. Don't just fall for the okie doke.
Okay. How do you know when you found the right one?
Your spirit could tell you. Your soul will know if it's right. Listen to yourself more. You'll know. People coming for reasons. People coming for lessons that you're supposed to learn through life. I learned a lot of lessons over the time, and you'll know when someone's meant for you and someone's right for you. Like, I don't know if y'all have where something feels bad and it's like your heart pounding and you're like, okay, something about to happen. It's kind of like that, but you gotta listen to yourself. You don't listen to anybody else, because nobody listens to is going to live your life like you, or live your life, period.
Mm-hmm.
So you just like I said, just listen to yourself and you'll know.
Yeah, I think that far as men, and correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, when it comes down to relationships, I think that I had the feeling that she sons that as far as on the woman's side, when he has a feeling that the woman was crazy as hell.
But it could go another way. Shoot.
Yeah, I think for me is it depends. It all depends on the person. I think when I could speak on my experiences, I think that because I'm such a giving and caring person, I see Stan's in here too. I see, being that I'm such a giving and caring person, I think that when it comes to relationships, sometimes you don't want to hurt the individual, but you might know that this you don't want to hurt the person, but you try to ease your way out of the situation. And from a woman's aspect or woman's perspective, is there a way that you could ease out of it, or would you just rather somebody just be straight up with you and say, listen, this ain't what it is?
I'd rather you tell me the truth and just cut the bullshit. Tell me what's up. I've always been a forward person in my relationships, whether it's pursuing or whether it was just, look, I respect you more if you tell me the truth from the point. Let me decide what I want on my end. Don't try to lead me on, because at that point, then it's like, it can, something so simple as a simple conversation could turn into something so ugly so quickly. And it's just, it's not even worth all that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know who's more crazier, men or women.
I think it's both. I'll be honest with you. I think women, we have a different way of being crazy, but let a female cheat on one of y'all. Y'all show y'all crazy real quick, cause y'all will get bruised so quick. Y'all be hurting, yeah. But
hold on,
but women we'll do it a different way.
I'm gonna have to bring somebody up for that.
I can be he's more strategic.
So who is it, men or women?
It's both, but it's different ways. It's
Hold on,
different ways to crazy.
I'm bringing somebody up for this one. We gotta have a debate about this because I think that I know some crazy women. I know a couple people in here, especially Son. I know that they know some crazy women. I'm gonna see if I can bring somebody up so we can have this conversation. Who is Kareem? Winston's trying to come up also. So we got some people that want to talk about this. I know Tatanisha was having some issues, but we're gonna have fun with this show tonight. So let's see. Let's see if they pop up. I don't know. I had some crazy experiences. Kareem just joined. I know somebody that got the ass cut out of their jeans.
I know that person too. Well, I know a person that did that. So,
Kareem, you up here? Let's see. I'm gonna try to bring up Stan too. Let's see. If you up here, hit your mic and your video. I'm trying to see who's. If you're a woman in the chat, please put up a 1 so I can bring you up on the video. Kareem, can you hear me? If you can hear me, we can't hear you. Nah, if we can hear you, we can't hear you. You might have lost my video, but don't worry about it. It's the audio is still there, right?
yeah. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just the signal. I can't hear Kareem. Kareem, can you hear us? My mom said both. Hold on 1 second. He said he could hear us. We can't hear. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you, hit the volume button again, the audio button. All right, say something, Kareem. Nah, I still can't hear you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eject you. If you got headphones on, take your headphones off. I'm gonna take you out of the group and I'll just bring you back in. Okay. Nah, I think that women, I think sometimes women are as far as keying your car up, you don't see too many men keying people's cars up. When you got divorced. All right, let's go there. When you got divorced.
okay, let's talk about it.
What's some crazy stuff you did?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that one. No, but now what I did, actually, my stuff was when I did my divorce. All my stuff was actually legal. You know what I mean? Like I did my motion. I basically said I wanted my child support. I wanted my alimony. I wanted, everything that I asked for, I got. So mine wasn't too crazy. It's just, I mean, I'm not going to tell y'all what I did in my marriage, though. I'll be honest. I'm not going to say that stuff because that was a motherfucker right there. But just know shit got crazy. That's all I'm going to say. But
okay.
No, I never did no key, no car.
Okay.
Did I had to, handle some shit? Yeah. When it came down to it, disrespecting my marriage. Yes, I did, and that's all.
So he was cheating. So he was cheating.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was a whole mess. Like the stories, I can tell you stories for days. It was a whole mess. But like I said, it really depends on the person. As far as like how crazy it is. Not a person, but it depends. Like women, I'll say we more strategic. Men, y'all showing a whole different type of crazy. Because in my experience, I saw a lot more possessiveness and a lot of more domineering, more control. I think that to me was, crazy. Or they won't do anything to be in contact with me. I think that's crazy.
Okay.
It's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, it's a thin line between love and hate. And we got the craziest one that just joined us.
I'm so sorry, guys. My computer would not let me be great out here.
Yeah, I know we up here teaming up on Danielle.
Why would
Y'all
you
can
just
call you what?
We was
sorry
just
about
we,
that, Danielle? Sorry
That's
about
all
that.
right. That's all right.
we just wonder we
Yo,
what's going on, man? Hold up, let me see something. Can y'all hear us?
Yeah.
Yes,
doing
yes.
well. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
So again, we being that Tatanisha just joined us, we were talking about relationships and who's crazier, men or women.
Hmm.
Well,
I definitely think
You look at Marcus got to drink a beer on that one.
so.
well, I learned women not crazy.
I'm
Women,
sorry.
The crazy ones are the guys about what we say and do.
What I say? What I say?
I don't know. So look, go ahead. I know you ready to say something, Tatanisha. Go ahead.
So okay.
Let's hear your story because you got a story to tell.
So first of all, I don't think that that question. I think it's like both, because I know that women could be a little nutty, but I have had my my taste of crazy guys. So I think that I don't think there's one that's no, because I've seen some crazy ass women.
See?
Yeah.
Kareem, we can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I think women are crazier.
See? Thank you.
I do.
Danielle trying to be over there being nice and stuff, but
No, I
it's a
said
fact.
I said, look, women is a way we do it. That's crazier. But let y'all have somebody that y'all with and y'all love and want to be with them, and she end up creeping on somewhere else. Don't tell me y'all ain't gonna show how crazy y'all are then. Pulling up with some guns and pulling up all crazy, blowing up houses. Come on.
Well, Danielle, I've been shot at, so I don't know.
You've been shot at.
I've been shot at.
What the hell was you doing?
I wasn't doing anything. I actually weren't even together anymore, and I was leaving the spot with my new guy.
Hold
The old
on.
guy I guess he just didn't want to let go. So when we got in the car, you thinking everything cool. I didn't think he was really like that. But like we went to pull off, he ran down on the car, pulled the passenger side of the door open, talking about you fucking. He was like, yo, like, oh my God. And he still kept doing it. Next thing you know, he pulls off with dude holding the door. We down the middle of freaking Lyons Avenue in Irvington. He starts shooting at the damn car.
Yeah, I don't want none of them problems.
Yeah, I done had to see. Trying to tell y'all.
Look, Danielle probably done shot at somebody.
Actually, no, I don't have those reasons. But no, I had my husband put a knife around my neck while we was married, and that was a whole bunch of nonsense.
Oh,
Can't hear you.
hold up. We can't hear you, Kareem. Kareem, we can't hear you. I'm sorry. Tatanisha, we can't hear you now. Somebody must have tried to call her while she was on the phone. She's on the phone. Here, hit your microphone again. Nah, I still can't hear you. You're gonna have to go out and come back in. All right, go out and come back in. She got people shooting at her. Lord, I don't want none of them problems. Marcus, here she goes. She just rejoined. Nah,
I'm here.
I don't want no relationship with somebody shooting at me.
Oh, see, that's why I moved from Camden.
You had somebody shoot at you?
She got to have a college degree.
I see Stan say he might have to shoot too. I'm trying to pull you up, Stan. It ain't letting me pull you up here. Hold up real quick. Let me see. Let me see. I might have to add. I'm gonna add because Stan gotta be up here. He funny. He be having me cracking up. Go ahead. Y'all can keep talking.
But I was just saying, apologies don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing if that person ain't right.
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We hear the
Okay.
consultations and stuff in the background.
Oh, shut up. I forgot to turn the radio down. Okay. We're good.
So tell us because I know you have a story to tell, and I really want everybody to hear your story. Please,
About what?
your story. Tell us your story. Would a man build up a woman, or would a woman build up a man?
Okay, so this is the thing that made me get mad when we thought of doing this subject, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Because I but then again I had the conversation offline and then I had to agree, but then disagree too. But I think that a woman would be with a man that she had to build up. But then I started thinking about different people's scenarios, and I realized that a man really would because I think men like charity cases, and that's just it.
Men like charity cases.
Yes, I really think that that's the fact, because some people don't want a challenge. I feel most men seemingly don't want somebody that's bossed up. You always want somebody that's needy.
You got me fucked up. Let me explain something. That is not factual.
Thank you. Whoever's in the car, thank you. Marcus, can you please elaborate on this? Can you elaborate on this?
What was that?
She's talking about that men want needy.
What you say one more time?
Repeat that, please.
What you say?
Repeat that, please.
Who you asking, me?
Yes. We want to hear from you.
I think that for the most part, you said the question was whether men basically would take on a woman that I think that just men like people they like to take on. If you're pretty or whatever the case may be, and you got something that he really wants, he gonna take you on. He like me. I think men like needy women. You don't like somebody that's a challenge. I don't think that men like women that's a challenge.
Let me tell you something. Any man that has to go to deal with a challenge, men got it. Especially if you're a black man. If you're a black man, you deal with enough challenges. You don't want another lesson, a lifelong education. You don't want another college student mess up. You don't want another college dropout. You want somebody who's gonna come together with their shit. They got their college degree. They got a degree. They got money. They don't need you for nothing, and they just want you around. So you build together. That's what you want. You want somebody that's actually together. I don't know a black man that wants somebody broken because they already broken. Why would they want some? Why you can't? Two broken pieces don't make a full puzzle.
Preach on it. Preach on it. Thank you. What's your name? What's his name?
Faith.
His name
Thank you, man. I appreciate us men appreciate you. Speak up for the men. Hell yeah, Marcus, speak up. Say something.
Marcus, because
Danielle looked like she ready to say something. Go ahead, Marcus.
No.
We gotta pull.
I'm gonna keep it real though. I'll keep it real. I'm gonna tell you just in general. Females not gonna deal with a man that's bumming. He can have all the potential in the world,
right?
But if he don't got it right then and at that moment, y'all ain't gonna wait it out. But a male will stay with a woman that don't have anything and help her grow.
Exactly. I got my man.
That's a buck.
Exactly. Thank you. Stan is up here now. He listen. Hit your camera and your audio, Stan, because I know he got something to say.
Huh?
Can you hear me, Stan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man. Please chime in on this conversation, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What's going on? Talk to me.
Listen,
Nah, yeah, no, that man was talking nothing but facts. I
Nothing
need
but
him to
fact.
keep speaking. I need him to keep speaking. Like he was quoting some Bible scriptures, Bible that I like. Shit, that what he was talking about was facts. Nobody need no needy and greedy women. I need
Nah,
me a strong black queen. That's what I
strong,
got. That's it.
But
Nothing
strong.
else.
for the most part, that's what
No,
I
but she does have a point though. Certain people want that. I mean, but that's a weak individual. That man is weak. That man wants somebody to need him, and you don't need nobody like that. So
Nah,
those are two broken people. Like you need somebody strong as you or stronger for you to build
exactly.
for you to build a foundation that can't be broken. So like that don't make no sense. I don't want nobody that needs me. No. Like you now listen, that's a charity case. That's you giving out handouts. I mean I'm okay with giving out a helping hand. So I'm saying like I'm all about helping out, but we ain't gonna keep having you need me to do something for you.
Nah,
Like so I'm
that's
saying
why you
like
got
But
that's
at the
why
end but at the end of the day, if it's male or female, if you're not happy with yourself, you can't be happy with no one else.
Absolutely
That's
exactly.
no,
just
not.
that's a
point
No, no,
blank
fact.
no,
right
no, no,
there.
no. It's about
So
that.
if you got self hate and you can't even build your own self up, how you think you're gonna get into a relationship and think the other person is supposed to be committed to you? You're a detractor from that person reaching their goals.
Relationships are 60-40 with both person trying to be the same.
Oh.
That's how you make a good relationship work.
What,
Y'all
Danielle?
quiet right now. What I just preach?
Nah,
I'm listening. I'm
nah.
listening.
It
I guess
just
I'm
I ain't getting no
listening.
tides.
Oh no, I'm
Nah,
nah.
I'm
It
just
just
saying. I agree with you. I
no.
agree. I'm waiting for the women because they had so much to say earlier.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. Don't get it twisted. Nah, I feel
I'm
like I
just
agree
listening.
with you. You definitely have to build yourself up. But at the same time, let's
I
go back
can't
into
hear her.
society. You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
Hit your microphone and hit it off and hit it back on.
Who me?
Nah. I'm
Can you hear
talking.
me?
Oh yeah, now I can hear.
Yeah, he gave you
Okay.
now.
Now we
So
can't hear the guy that's driving.
no,
Hold
let
up,
him talk then. He
hold
in
up,
full blown conversation.
hold up. Tatanisha, you gotta hit your mic off and on. See if she can hear me. She might not be
He
able to hear me.
he talking a lot over there. And we can't
He's
hear him,
saying a whole lot.
and we
Tatanisha,
can't hear
hit
shit.
your microphone on.
You can't hear.
You
Yeah,
can't hear
double
you.
tap it.
Yeah, somebody keep calling her. Somebody keep calling you or texting you. You gotta come back in. I'm gonna kick you out. You gotta come back in because yeah, somebody keep calling using the phone. I had to get her up out of there.
Son, you funny. You somebody think I'm crazy on the low. You don't want to find out if I am then.
Yeah, that's that craziness right there. That's that
Yeah,
You
craziness.
don't want to
once you
find
say
out if
something
I
like
am
that,
then. Huh?
once you say something like that, like
Yeah, if you
she
don't
ain't
want to
no
know,
joke.
you don't want to know. Trust me.
She ain't no
But nah,
joke.
I say this, like I said, it's easier with men to put that boundary on there saying that they don't want this, they don't want this. But you also got to become there, like you said, about building yourself up. But also, when you have those weak individuals, they don't always come out that way at first. They don't always say they'll talk a good game, but once they don't show nothing after that. So I feel like for women, we'll ride with you. Like I said, we'll ride, yeah. But we also want those same things. And then as soon as we ask for that, oh, you asking for too much. Your standards are too high. You need to lower them a little bit. So I'm asking for
That's a weak
something
individual.
to
Yes.
exactly.
That's a weak
Exactly. It's a weak
individual.
individual. But I'm saying this is what we're met with.
Nobody
This is
should
something
lower their standards for nobody. You're supposed to keep your
exactly.
standards at the highest peak that it can be. Like it just don't make no sense. Like for you, like I said, I want a female that can uplift me. Like I don't need nobody that's needy. Like needy, like you need me. Nah, like I want to make sure that we could build something strong. Once you can build something strong, then it's like no, but needy. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, you
The
unstoppable
case,
when
then
you
we
can
could
build
go to
something
one of
strong.
these. One once we get, I mean, if we need somebody needy, we could go to one of these foreign countries and get us a little one of them needy girls if that's the case. But that's a weak individual, and that's what I say. Like, a man is, if you are scared of a female that's a boss, then you weak.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, you weak. Bottom line, like, hands down, you're a weak individual. Simple, plain and simple. Word.
How y'all feel about that?
No, I agree. I agree. But also, we got to come as a collective between that man and that woman too, because it sounds nice hearing you know what I mean. But I had somebody that was talking all of that and was great, saying it to conveying it to the outside people. But what is it like when you inside that relationship and actually implementing that into the relationship? Then that becomes different. You know, I'm not saying that you were like that, but I'm just saying off of experience, it's got to come to where, all right, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it, but let's implement that. Let's build on that. Let's come up with some plans. Let's talk about building the generational wealth. Let's talk about what we're going to do for our children. Let's talk about, you know, how we're going to treat each other in front of our children. All of these things come into play, not just standards for each other, but also for our next generation. I have 2 sons of my own, you know, and that I'm raising. And my thing is that if you come in here and you're saying, oh, that's great. But also, how are we going to treat the next generation to show, all right, this is how you're not going to treat another woman. This is how you're going to treat another woman. This is how you want to do this. It also comes into play, you know, not just talking, but doing our part. Doing that when we seen the other men doing that, treating other women some type of way. Hey, bro, you can't be doing that. You can't be treating her like that. It's not just a, you know, a one thing or isolate the situation. I'll just use that term. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it's just, you gotta, the talking is one thing, it's just actual doing is my point.
You should back on.
I'm back. I'm just, can y'all hear me?
All right, we hear her now. Yeah, we hear you.
Somebody audio is loud.
A lot of it is just
yeah, somebody got a TV on something.
Marcus, you I think that's Marcus. You got anything to say? I know you said you had to leave out.
He said, I gotta slide out. However, no relationships last without maintenance. Relationships are like homes. You can build the perfect house, but over the years, you are going to need to cut the grass.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So what I was going to say before I hop off, I don't know if it went in the chat, but I was saying that relationships are like homes. They need maintenance. So even if I go out and build me a new home in the best development, have a great foundation, over time you're still gonna need to cut the grass, upgrade the kitchen, change the roof. So I mean, even if you're in a situation where the girl you dating is not at the same level as you, or vice versa, if you guys have love, you gotta be willing to, build that house and keep maintaining it and keep making upgrades.
Yeah.
Because it really starts at the foundation. And the foundation is love.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's love, it's communication, it's respect.
She said she couldn't hear you. Tatanisha, can you hear?
Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear nothing he said. I can hear you.
Okay. Hit your mic off and
I
on
can hear you.
again, Marcus. I know Kareem is up here also. Yeah, we can hear you now.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Kareem.
Yeah, what I was gonna say to the original question, I kind of lost where we are right now because I've been trying to plug in here. But original question, I would say women are crazier, but men, no, listen, women are crazier, right? But men have the capabilities of being more crazy. All right, that may come across weird, but it's I kind of liken it to, if you're looking at, you got two guns, what's more dangerous, the 9mm shooting at you or the 50mm aimed at you, right? So
Tatanisha,
go ahead.
she can answer that. She got shot at.
So here's my take on that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the things that women can deal with, and Denise, correct me if I'm wrong, the things that we can deal with, men can't take that.
But that's why you guys are
So,
crazier. That's exactly why
Y'all
you guys
some
are crazier.
fools.
Why you're more emotional?
No. Men cannot. If in fact, say for instance, you got the two of us, I catch you.
I hate when females do that.
I catch
They
you.
always
You
use that.
catch
Don't call
me.
me crazy because I'm emotional.
Yeah.
That's where we at with it. No,
listen.
If I catch you cheating and I get her, it's like it's nothing to you. It's like, okay, you bugging me, you ain't going nowhere, we still together, get over it, blah blah blah. But if you catch me cheating, you want to come and hang me, push me off the roof, the guy, everybody.
But that
That's a
makes my
fact.
point.
That's a fact.
Crazy is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So for a woman to sit there and come back multiple times, she's crazier. She's expecting something different.
Yeah.
I just gave you the same scenario for a man and a woman. The men become more psycho.
That's what I said.
In the same situation.
So listen to what I said though. I said women are crazier, but men have the capabilities of being more crazy, right? So when I say this, the practical knowledge of who's crazy, right? Being crazy, you have to act crazy. Women, because they're emotional creatures, you guys are emotional creatures.
Wait, didn't you just say that you didn't like the female say that? I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. Didn't you just say you don't like this? So why you do the same thing?
I didn't say that.
No, I can't hear her.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, with women, you guys are more emotional creatures. So it's understood on the basis that men can't get emotional or aren't supposed to be emotional in today's society. You gotta understand that. So when a man gets into his emotion and a man lets that come out, that's where you get shot at. That's why men can be crazier, right? But on a practical day-to-day level, women are crazier because they are in an emotional state more often than men are. Men can't be emotional in today's society, so they have to come with logic at all times.
We are stronger in that though. Like
I'm not, but we're not talking about strength. That's strength. I'm not saying you're not stronger. I'm saying you're crazier. That don't mean you're not stronger. All right. That's just my thing.
Okay.
I feel like in a practical sense, like you said, a woman will take a man back who's cheating on her multiple times and expect something different to happen. That is the definition of crazy. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. With a man's perspective, I feel like, again, because we're not supposed to be emotional creatures, we're supposed to be more logic. Because what the original question was, who's going to provide for more or another? We're supposed to be logical. We're supposed to be more the providers. We can't tap into that emotion and allow our feelings to go crazy as freely as a woman can. So that's where I feel like that comes.
But I don't agree with that either.
Nah, go ahead. What you think, Stan?
Because a man, I understand what you're saying, but a man, if you're gonna say that, then I'll say that a man is crazier because all that built up emotions inside of a man
That's
that
what I
he
said.
can't let out because society says, oh, he's soft if he does, then it's like, yeah, you bug the fuck out. Yeah.
You agree with me. I said on a practical level, on a day-to-day basis, women are crazier, but a man can be way crazier once he's pushed to that point because we have those bottled up emotions.
Right.
So like asking, you look 2 years ago, you asked who's better, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. You're gonna say Tom Brady's better because he got 6 rings, knowing that down the line Patrick Mahomes will be better because he's more of the athletic he's a better physical quarterback.
Right.
He's gonna be better, right? So like I said, I liken it to that situation. Right now, women have the crazy crown, but let that time come where a man has to let out that emotional energy because they're not supposed to be.
That's a fact.
We take it. We take the cake,
Yeah.
and I know that from my personal experiences. I've dealt with crazy women, and I've been in relationships where you kind of go back and forth, and I had to take a lot before I got to my breaking point. And when I realized I got to that breaking point, and I saw myself and how I was feeling, how I was acting in that moment, I was like, nah, I can't do that because. What happens is you can do the same thing to a woman could come out her neck crazy and call you all types of shit. But the moment you let a bad word slip or you come crazy, now all of a sudden you're like, oh, like what the fuck is that about? You're the worst person in the world. And that's from my personal experiences, I would say. Going
Yeah.
back and forth in my relationships, I feel like I've dealt with that, where I could have someone talk to me kind of crazy, and then the second I was like, "Yo, you acting kind of out of pocket," and I may have used a different word or different phrase to describe it. You acting like this, you acting like that, and then all of a sudden they look at you like you got two heads. Like, I can't believe you just said that to me, after they just sat there calling you all type of SOBs and everything else.
Yeah.
Look, Danielle ain't even trying to look because she done called a couple
I'm
SOBs.
just, I'm not gonna, I'm not. No. I'm gonna let you have that comment. I'm not. I'm sorry.
I would like to hear your thoughts.
No,
though. I
we
want
want
to hear. That's what it's about.
this is open forum, so go ahead.
Because I'm gonna be like this. All right. I get it by societal, standards that men are logical. You're supposed to be more logical. Women are more emotional. I get that argument. But wouldn't it be more strategic? Okay, since you are more logical based on how to fuck somebody over, when you got somebody to sit there and I'm gonna say from my personal experience, okay, where you got somebody using what? Using your email address to send you email from companies with their names on it. That's a logical standpoint. I may not be able to get away with it. I may or may not. Or maybe if I don't pay rent for a few months or whatever, I can get away with it. There's a way of both genders being crazy. It's just different ways. So what I'm saying is that I don't feel like women are more. I don't feel like men are more. I feel like it's different ways. And so
There's different ways, and
different
where
ways of
men are the nuclear explosions as opposed to women being the consistent wars that are had, right?
It's so
Men,
crazy.
when they
Crazy,
break,
so crazy. No matter how
Yeah.
you point it, how you paint it, it's still crazy.
Exactly.
no, because it's not about how. Because if you got a person
That's why I
that's
didn't get his
crazy all the
point.
time,
And he really tried to make it seem like
yeah. If I'm
it was
crazy,
making sense. Crazy is just crazy. I don't.
but there's difference between consistency, right? Right. So is a good man is a good man is a good man a
All
man
right,
that
I'm
treats
feel like
you.
this, right? If I'm crazy 5 days out of the week, but if my crazy is like 1 hour out, a day or whatever for 5 days, and then your crazy is 12 hours on the weekend, is it still crazy? Which one is worse?
No,
Or
so
5
look,
hours? You know what I'm
so
saying? Like, it's still
let me
crazy.
put it this way. So if you got a man, right, and you got a man that treats you perfect, he treats you perfect 5 out of 7 days a week, right? But you had a man that treats you better in 1 day than that guy did in 7 days. Who you going with? Who treats you better? Who's more consistent? Who's showing up? Who's the better man? The one that's more consistent and showing up throughout those multiple days? Or are you talking about the one dude that just blew your mind away for that 1 day, right?
No, the consistent one. But
okay, so when you compare that to crazy, the crazier one's gonna be the more consistent crazy person, even though that person who is not as consistently crazy can be more crazy at that right time. His potential
talking that shit.
and practicality are different.
Preacher.
He do got a point. I'm just saying, from a man's perspective,
preacher.
he got
I tell you,
potential
and potential and what's actually happening are two different things. Potentially, all men are going to be crazier than women. Potentially, because the repressed and bottled up emotions that we have, right? This is what we see that's going on with the racial oppression that's going on now is boiling over, right? Because it's been built up.
Preacher.
This is what's happening, right? But when it comes to before that, the craziness that was happening, the craziness is the everyday stuff that you go through. You're gonna say like that's what's happening. It's like the everyday craziness you go through, not the sporadic craziness that happens.
I think
I
that
don't see no more protests over 9/11, but I still see them about racial oppression today. That's all I'm saying.
damn, he got a point. He got a point. I think that so with all these with the relationships in general, why do people cheat?
For the thrill?
No, females is more so of an emotion.
Yeah.
Emotionally
It's an emotion,
attached.
but I'm just saying, I'm throwing out reasons.
People need to fulfill immediate satisfaction, an immediate itch, and immediate.
That's men. I say men.
Facts.
Yeah.
Not women.
No, yeah,
Women
that's
do the
men.
same
That's
thing.
men.
What are you saying? We both are human.
No,
both are
nah.
human race. It's the same exact thing.
Yes,
Women want
yes
something
and no.
bigger and
Nah,
better
no,
all
it's
the
not
time.
because
Yes and no.
it would
Just like ice cream.
with a
You see
female.
different type of you see a different type of ice cream, you're gonna want it. You see a
No.
man that's
Nah,
gonna
but with
give
a
you
No.
like
with a female is totally different because
up.
with a female is totally different because there's emotions attached to that
Yep.
that action. When it's a
100%.
man, it's just more so of a thrill and a oh, how can I could get this off and then keep it pushing. With a female, it's like I go 9 times out of 10
He's
is
an
more so
option.
I like this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's an
I have
option.
emotional attachment to this guy,
Facts.
and that's why I'm gonna do this with this guy.
Facts.
Versus
says
a
that?
guy
Who
is
says
just
that
like
times out of 10? Who said
yeah,
that?
9 times
I
out of
can't.
10.
Yeah.
Not if
Nine
you
times out
think
of 10,
about
you
it.
ask a woman,
If you think about it, if let's just be honest. When it all boils down to it, men are more hoes than females. Men are more
facts,
prone to
Yeah.
have sex with any and every female that comes across
facts,
them versus a female doing that. So
exactly.
it's gonna take a lot for a female versus a man. It's just she got a fat ass. Oh, she's STD free. Oh, and she just wanna do
He
this.
don't know if
Let's
she
get right.
STD free. They
That's
coming
it.
out here getting COVID in the
I
club.
mean,
I
but
don't see
listen,
women. Women don't talk
but
about
listen,
butterfaces.
but
Women don't
listen.
talk about
You
butterfaces.
right?
Hold up.
No, a female has to have emotionally attached 9 times out of 10. Now you have other females that just ready to just get theirs done and keep it pushing also. But 9 times out of 10, a female is gonna have emotional attachment to that man that she cheats with. Bottom line, point blank, period. Now with a man, it's just shorty slid in my DM. She said she
Preach.
wanted to she said she wanted to have some fun. Let's have some fun, and that's
He-
That
just
makes
and that's just
that
it.
that makes no sense. That all sounds stupid. I'm not even about to, I can't even agree with
Nah,
that.
man, yo, that
Nah,
makes that makes
that makes
sense. That,
perfect
that
sense.
makes sense. I mean, it's
That makes
what
perfect sense.
So basically, you sitting here telling me that men cheat with women and they think of them as pawns and toys when they cheat.
hold on, he's breaking up.
Yeah, he breaking up because I think the relationship guards is telling him that he's talking a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
I'm telling you, that's what it is. Like,
No, I think that men cheat because men want to cheat.
when
right,
they
that's a fact. It's just like you gotta understand. It's a thrill for us. And
Yeah.
it's like, and it takes a strong individual to say, listen, I can have this thrill with my lady versus oh, I need 10 and 15 women to have these multiple thrills with. No. Yeah. Yeah, they got him. Yeah, they got him, Blue.
Yeah.
He in a relationship glitch right now. Yeah, they got him. He in a bullshit glitch right now. As I'm telling you, it's no way in the world. Like females has to be emotionally attachment some way somehow. Like it's but so many females that you're gonna come across unless they in the entertainment field, whether they're bottle girls or strippers. Those are ones that get a thrill of maybe having money, or you feel me, or they how can you say it, like they get off of a man flashing money and a car and a chain and shit like that. Then it's like it's more so of a oh yeah, he getting money. Now let me go. That females do that to entertainers, rappers, ball players, shit like that.
Yeah.
Men, we'll do that shit to whatever, whoever. It is
I
what it
agree.
is.
I
Ask
agree.
that, we gonna hit it. Like, feel me?
I,
Like
I,
a
I
female
agree.
could be single. A female could be single and just maybe have sex with her ex or something. A man be single, we get woofy.
Yeah.
We get
Danielle, what you
we
think?
turn into animals.
It depends. No, look, females have a whole phase. Let's be real. Females have a whole phase, especially when we break up.
No, yeah, that's a fact.
So that's
That's a
one,
fact. They do. They
and it
definitely do.
usually ends up with the guys that like they friend zone, you know. But I say I can't really, say that it's mostly like the entertainers because the school I went to,
No,
like my college years, hell, you see every female doing their thing behind closed doors. So I
but
can't say that it's
but
always
those
okay.
schools, but in schools is like, you know what it is that you got to think about it. You ever been like around somebody and you'll be like, yo, I would never talk to him. And let's say, for instance, in a workplace, you'll be around somebody every single day. But when you first met this person, you'd be like, yo, hell no. I would never talk to this person. But then later down on the line, they start being, oh yeah, she's type cute, or he's type cute, or now it start because you see this person
Oh,
now this person is grown on you. Maybe it's the way that he presents himself when he does things. It's not. It's then it becomes beyond looks, and you seeing this person every single day. Maybe listen. Maybe you liked how he wrote an essay. Who knows? Like for me, when
So you saying
you
that
in
emotional
school,
attachment? You going back to the emotional attachment then?
yeah, but emotional attachment, yeah, but yeah, emotional attachment. Because if a man moves you, then you gonna move with him. Like versus for me, like if a man moves you and like let's say if he doesn't have the body type that you're fond
your
of,
preference.
but your preference, but yet he does everything that you like in a man. You're gonna be like, oh, all right, yeah, I'll type, yeah, I like how he move. Versus, you feel what I'm saying? Versus, so it's like I understand, yeah, but it's just like females is like it's. You see how you said they have a whole phase. Like you can't say a man has a whole phase. You just say that that's
A
his
man just a
phase.
hoe then.
That's him. That
So
Yeah,
yeah,
basically,
that's
that's
it.
nature.
so a man just
That's
a
it.
hoe. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
man just a hoe.
In all
Okay, just to be
actuality,
confused.
in all
Okay,
actuality, and
okay.
you gotta think about it. With a female was more so, it's energy being transferred into a female doing
Very true.
having sex
Very
versus a
true.
man. Like I tell any like my closest female friends, I tell them, listen, you gotta know your worth, and you gotta understand that what you have is a prized possession that everybody should not have. What we have is just something that's just in between our legs, and we can swing it and put it in
So
with
basically,
no
you're saying you're
motions
more
attached.
animalistic. As a man, you're more animalistic then.
No, not me,
Not you
not
personally,
me. I'm
but
just
I
saying
think I
men.
think I
I'm
think
just
men
saying men.
I think men compared to women, I agree with him on that. I think that
Yeah,
more
it's
so
just that simple.
is it's like it's a competition. At the end
Yeah.
of the day with men,
Uh huh.
it's more of a what can I get or how many can I get or
Right.
oh, like you
Hmm.
said, yo,
And it's sad to say, but it's the truth. Like because
yeah.
you gotta understand, like that's in our culture that's glorified, versus
no,
a
I agree.
female is just and
No,
but
I
what
agree.
I say is that you what females have is prized possessions. Nobody like that's just Sakura. Like nobody should be n- any and everybody shouldn't be able to touch that. That's
Yeah.
like a prized possession. Like you supposed to
But
have
now,
you
can y'all
huh?
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
Yeah,
can
can
hear
we
hear
can
you.
you.
hear
We
you.
can.
I can't get the camera to work, but nowadays it's different than from my era. Like females will give it up more freely now than
Exactly.
then.
No, yeah,
Exactly.
that's a fact. That's a
Exactly.
fact. Because I mean I'm probably the youngest person in here. So like and so my generation is that like they're basically like straight willy nilly and they straight giving it up. And female like the older females, they don't glorify the chains and the cars and the clothes. They
Facts.
glorify the credit scores and the foundations and the the may I wouldn't say job titles, but just the position that a man is what he is in life versus like you feel me, a female just gets a thrill off of how many bottles a guy pop in the club. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's my era. So that's what I'm saying. Like those, and they get excited off of that. They get off of that, and they'll just be quick and hurry to sleep with that person because it's like it's nowadays it's like a stripe. Oh yeah, I fucked with him. Yeah, I fucked him. You know what I'm
But
Yeah.
that
saying?
goes
But
back
I
to where
know,
I said that like like guys would more or less kind of migrate to, well, not all guys, but for the most part, especially people like I got right, I'm 47. So I'll
mm,
get a lot of young guys that um try to talk to me or whatever the case may be. And I'm looking
mm,
at them like, what, you gotta be this tall to ride this ride, right?
But
mm,
have you ever spoke to a younger person?
I have. I have. And it's just it didn't work to me. Like I'm a long relationship type person. In my last long relationship, I was with somebody for that same person. He was 7 years younger than me, and I was with him for 8 years. And it probably was
Okay.
the worst relationship I've had in my life.
Was it because of his age or
It wasn't. I
was it
think
maturity?
it was a maturity thing. I mean, it wasn't even an age thing because I think at that age he should have had it together in his 30s. But
Mhm.
I feel like it was just the whole maturity thing. Like they babied him. Like he was the youngest of his parents' kids. But you lived in a 2-parent household and you was from the hood, but it was just the upbringing. Because I felt like if I met somebody else from somewhere else at that same age, I think things would have been a little bit different.
Hmm. So at the end of the day, like, because I have a daughter, you know, my daughter's 13. She's about to be 14, and I'm glad we having this conversation. It's more so not even it is a debate, but it's not a debate, but it's helping me because as my daughter gets older, and as our kids are together, I know Tatanisha, your kids are older, but these are some of the things that I need to be looking out, or we need to be looking out for with this new generation. And is how do we make change, or what's some steps that we could go about to make change when this is all they see?
I
So
mean, it's
with
hard.
me, right? Like you said, my children are older. My oldest daughter, I have 3 girls and 1 boy. My oldest daughter is 30 years old, married with 2 kids, right? Doing very well. My second oldest is 28 and she has 1 daughter. My son he'll be 25 in 6 days. He has no kids, no intentions on having any kids or any of that. And then I have my youngest daughter is 21. But my son, which is crazy because of how, like I said, it's the upbringing. My son, when I look at the other guys that are around his age, I'm like, I'm so glad, or I'm just grateful that my son is the way that he is, because, but then again, I feel bad because he has a lot of our tendencies. Like, well, not my oldest daughter, because I swear to God, she seems like a horrible man. But he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel bad because, like, number one, you teach him, you're not supposed to hit girls. So, I probably should have told him to shake them if they put their hands on him or something. Because then he's just like, instead of doing that, he's angry. He's so angry. He finds different ways in himself. Well, now he puts it in his music. But when he was younger, he didn't know how to redirect that anger because he knew he wanted to put his hands on somebody that slapped the crap out of him. You know what I mean? So now, like every woman, he always deals with some pretty girl. And I promise you, I just had this conversation with my little brother. That's my little brother that's in the car with me. And I just had a conversation with him today. And I said that every girl that he's been with, he's always attracted to some very pretty girl that got a hidden talent that it seems like she's trying to use him to get it out there. And then she's always some whore. I mean, I ain't even say some facet. She's just some whore. He always attracts some hot ass. And then he gets his feelings hurt. Now he's putting it in a song. So, I mean, these are conversations that I can't have with him now because it's a little late in the game, because now he gets offended by those conversations. So I don't really, at this point, if I probably, when I was younger, I probably should have told him, they hit you do X, Y, Z, but I don't even know how to deal with that right now.
Okay.
I told my brother that I think that eventually this is going to turn him into, what I say? I said that it's gonna make him a savage. Like now you're gonna, I don't know, with so many different bad relationships, now you just turn around and be like, you know what? I might as well just start like fucking them over, period. That's it. I don't want him to be like that. But like, I don't even know exactly how to deal with that.
Oh, I mean, when it comes down to men and women in relationships, like you said, I know Stan was saying something about this earlier. is or somebody said something about this. Is not even the fact that it's not like back in the day when you had them conversations, or you're even in long term relationships anymore. So, at what can be the change, if there can even be a change?
You have to change your mindset first.
Yeah.
You know, like I
I
said, I'm
say
just doing
see what it is that people skip the getting to know people part,
Talk about
and
it.
they
yeah.
just come straight into a relationship, and it's like that's harder, and you have to be mentally capable of like dealing with that, because you got to understand, as you're dealing with somebody, you're trying to learn somebody, and it's harder to do that versus you already knowing this person. So like somebody told me, like, I guess it's called courting, like I guess that's what it's
Courting.
called.
Courting, yeah.
Courting, yes.
Yeah, so basically, because that's the learning stages, and I never, like, like people don't do that, and like I try to, like, learn with, try to understand the person that I'm with, because I want to make sure that everything is what I expect it to be. So like, but a lot of people don't do that, and like a lot of people just rush into relationships, and like that's what people don't understand. Like you gotta learn the person that you're with, because if you just jump into something, you going, like, you better be ready for that ride, because that ride's totally different.
I
And
don't
it's like,
feel like people are taught that nowadays. Like, I know
yeah,
in
because
my household things are a little bit different, but for now, when you meet people, people are not taught that, and people are so easy to give up. Like I said, I'll hold on for dear life. Well, hopes that we could work this out. But he's not. He might not have been brought up that way. He might have been. He already ready to fly. It's not even a. He's just ready to go. Or and same thing with anybody else. The female ready to go. Everybody breaks up so easily, and they don't
no, yeah,
out.
and you're right, because that in my younger days that was me, but that's because I was moving and grooving. Like now that I'm at this age of 32, it's like I wanna make sure that I try to work shit out. Like, but like before, what you could motherfucking you could look at a guy and I'm be like, all right, yeah, it's time for me to go. It's and I felt, and I took that as that was my ticket to just be a hoe. Versus now, it's like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, certain people don't do that. Like, and it's like, especially this generation, my generation, like, they don't care about that shit. They trying to get a thrill, and they trying to do what they do and then keep it pushing.
I think
Yeah.
at the point where I'm at now is in the age, I think that comes with time, as well as just like you said, learning the person, and finding that companionship, and not only just that, is just being able to have fun with the person.
Right.
Like,
Hmm.
I see so many people, well, you see so many people that they be married, but they be miserable.
Miserable.
And that's why that's why I said, I know the conversations we was really talking about was a thin line between love and hate. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that we left this conversation with something that could be a change. It's always something that could be positive.
Yeah. I say get to learn people, man. Like, you got to take that time to get to learn people. Like, see, like, and then also, like, because like I even tell it, my young boys that come up under me. I tell them, like, listen, man, you got to give these females something to remember you by. Feel me? Like, you can't just keep doing the normal thing. Oh yeah, let's get a bottle, or let's smoke, or let's do this.
Right.
Like, go out, like explore life. Like I know certain people that never even leave the hood that they live in. Like, they never been to a restaurant downtown. They never been to a Broadway play. Like, they never, like, and that's what's the sad part, because like people are not enjoying life because they so condemned in their own spaces, and it's
Yep.
like and then you got to think about it, like, the females are, because you gotta. It comes down to the household that you was brought up in. If your
Right,
mother
exactly.
never, if your father never took your mother out, then it's like you're not expecting a man to take you out. You're not expecting a man to show you new things. Like, and it's like that's where it all boils down to. It all boils down, like, if you don't have a big brother or big sister to show you, like, yo, listen, this is how you supposed to treat a lady or a young man. And it's like you fending for yourself, like you going with the flow. And it's like certain people can adapt, but it's other people that just gonna be on some shit like, listen, I'm a do what I see on an everyday basis, which is let's smoke, let's drink, and let's have fun in the house or on my block, versus like exploring and going out and doing things, like. And that's what So I just say, man, you just gotta really learn the person that you're with, and grow. And if you don't see, and like you gotta people don't understand, like, if you don't, like, see me, I'm a person that if I don't really see a future in us, a long
Oh
term,
my God.
then it's like it makes no sense for me to be
Saying
with
that.
you. Like, it makes no sense for me to be with you, and because it's
Waste
like
my
I'm wasting
time.
my time.
Right,
Like, I'm wasting
right.
my time. Versus when I was younger, it was like, all right, like, let's do what we do. We young,
And that's what I
feel
say,
me?
like right now, it make it hard. Like like I said, I'm 47. And now I'm single. And I've been single for a long time. But I find it hard. Number one, I've been single so long. Not that I don't want to be with anybody, but I just feel like it's things at the times, it's the sign of the times. Everything is so different now that you really don't know how to gauge, like, with how things are now. So the way I would do things, or how I would want somebody to, like, I was talking to somebody the other day and was like, oh, well, you could say something to the guy. You don't gotta wait for him to say something to me. I've never been a woman to push up on no man. I will never ever do that. I was raised differently. I was raised that you don't sit here and try to come on. It was frowned upon. So now when I look at things, it's like, and then when people try to talk to me now, it's like I'm looking at you with the cat eye, like, what you want? Because that's what everybody is coming for now. Oh, she got a fat ass. Oh, I know, I had this ass forever. So now it's just like, how do you? Now
You got
I'm just single because I'm trying to I'm feeling my way around, but then I'm turned off about at some of the things I see. I'm not
but
looking at somebody body.
But
at some
I
point,
think both, like, I think one part that is missing. I think we're talking about a lot about the relationship. Before you get to know someone else, I think the biggest fault people make is not knowing themselves enough.
knowing
Yeah,
yourself, right?
You gotta
Yeah,
spend so much
yeah,
time with yourself. A lot of people don't, like you say, a lot of people don't go on these dates because they don't even know what they like. They think they like stuff because they see it on the TV, they see it on the internet. They don't even know what they truly
But
enjoy
the
because
only
they
way
don't
to
spend
know
enough
that
time
you
No,
with
I
like
stuff.
it is if
definitely
you
know
gotta
me now,
explore it.
brother. I definitely know me now. That's why
But it's
I'm
also
not
going to
dealing
him
with
too.
anybody right now, because I know me. And I know what I'm in. If immediately upon we're talking, or we sit down at that date or whatever, I start analyzing, trying to think, is that something that I could deal with further down the line? And as soon as I get it's like that hairy pimple. It's like, oh, he's fine, but that hairy pimple is the butt. So you, like, if you got a butt in there, it's like, you know what, let that go. And that's where I'm at with it now.
Check it. I honestly just think people long for stuff that they shouldn't be longing for. When you first walk up to somebody nowadays, people automatically want to jump to what a relationship. What is he wearing? What does he provide? And I'm saying, as far as women, the men do the same exact thing. At the end of the day, you should be looking for a friendship first. If you gather the friendship first, and you had a long gated friendship, then you'll understand the person before you can even enter into a relationship.
I agree.
You can't be inside a relationship before you develop a friendship. How you just going to jump right into the contract before you even get some type of agreement together? You can't. That's not what kind of time we on. We inside 2020. And at the end of the day, you can't establish in establishing a friendship, you can learn some things about yourself that you never necessarily knew. At the end of the day, you know yourself, you establish a friendship, you then do a relationship. If you think that you can do the relationship, you built a friendship enough to know if this is something that you really want to do. Everybody want to go for the end game. You can't just go there right away. That's all.
Right.
That's everybody's goal. But at the end of the day, that's what people fuck up. At the end of the day, you got to be about yourself for one. You got to learn how to love yourself. And sometimes it takes a friend. Every once in a while, it takes a friend to show you how to do that. But it takes a friend first. You can't be inside a relationship with somebody who doesn't love himself.
Right.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Danielle, you ain't said nothing. Go
I'm
ahead,
talking to
speak.
everybody else. So no, but it boils down to healing, and it boils down to self love. Because once
Hold
you
up.
accept yourself and you love yourself enough, you're not gonna tolerate the bullshit behind it. You're not gonna tolerate anybody else's stuff. Because if you know what you like, it goes. That's the bottom line is self love and acceptance of yourself. Because once you accept your flaws, hold up. I done heard you the whole time. Now you gonna let me finish?
No, that's two different people. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
You gotta, huh?
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that you gotta love and accept yourself. Once you have that self love for yourself, you know, you ain't gonna just allow somebody to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna sit there and just tolerate, all right, yeah, I want to be in a relationship. I'm gonna tell you just from my own personal. I had a guy who he looked good on paper, was a therapist and everything. Hey, you ready to get in a relationship the first day I met him? So you got people that don't even love themselves enough. They just want to hurry up and be loved by someone else. You got to be able to love yourself. You got to be able to accept yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths, your flaws, everything about you to be able to be strong enough to get into a relationship. Because it's not about trying to change somebody being in a relationship, or it's not trying to, you're building each other up. It's about coming together and build each other or learning from each other, however you feel. But it's like, at the end of the day, you got to love yourself. You got to accept yourself. You got to heal yourself. And that's part of the self-love, because healing comes from, like one of y'all talked about earlier, with the childhood trauma. You know what I mean? However your parents raised you, however, whatever you saw in your environment, all that stuff comes into effect on how you date somebody. All that comes into effect when you're about to marry them, who you have children with. All of that plays a part. So it goes into self-love. It goes into healing. It goes into taking care of yourself. You know, that's all I really have to say. But yeah. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Right.
I feel like she said a lot of things that I was getting ready to say. All I was about to say was like, once you're content and you're like comfortable with being by yourself.
Who's speaking so we can know?
Oh, that's my son. That's my
Okay. What's your name so everybody can know?
What's that?
My name is Jay Wonder.
Okay.
All right, so like I just feel like once you're content and you like comfortable with being by yourself and you find happiness within yourself instead of looking for it somewhere else, that's when you reach another level of spirituality. And now you're growing mentally and emotionally because you're not like attached to once I attach if I'm in a marriage, or this is my girlfriend, or whatever the case may be, like I feel like once you detach yourself from that, like you don't rely on that person often, like to make yourself happy. I think that you have that. Damn, I lost it.
You sound good.
Yeah, you was good.
I feel like you can guide yourself. You don't need that person to feel happy. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people skip over the mental health thing.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Especially within the Black community. And I'm gonna take it there, like especially within the Black community, because we go through so much childhood traumas and things like that from, situations that our parents dealt with, and it could travel down to us, and we deal with our own trauma, and like you know what I'm saying, we go on our own road because the family tree going opposite ways. We go on our own path. You know what I'm saying, and we deal with our own shit. But you gotta have control of your mind and your own emotions. If you don't have control over your mind and your emotions, then you gave somebody else the power. Now you don't have no power. Now you're weak. You can't do nothing. You don't control the narrative or anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you control the narrative in your life. You can actually control the situation if you have your emotions and your mental under control. And I'm saying this right now. I'm saying this right now because like I didn't know none of this a month ago. And I've been going through this for years because I go through my own mental health issues and I go through my own insecurities and I project it on other people and point the finger at other people and say that they're the problem when I'm really the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got to clean that toxic shit up. Like, everybody got their own toxic traits, but you know how bad you can get. You know how close you've been standing next to the devil. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? get to the point where you dancing with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and you need that shit's not healthy because you can self-destruct and you can push everybody away and burn all the bridges and still say that you can have this stubborn and asshole attitude and say it's everybody else's fault except for you. When the light is really in you, you just gotta clean all that darkness up. It's just dirt. It can disappear. You can clean it up, spray some water on it, and it's gone. And the light is still there. You the light. But you refuse to turn the opposite way. You understand what I'm saying? It all starts with you. Everything starts with you. You can't blame it on your mother, your father. They all had their own paths. They had you. They made a choice to be like, yo, I'm gonna have this kid. They could have just been like, nah, this ain't what I want to do. And now you're not here. But there's a reason why you're here. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, don't make no mistakes, bro. No mistakes. Every time you fuck up, it was a reason why that happened. If you fuck up again and again and again, there's a reason why that happened.
Go ahead, Blue.
I was gonna say, so like I said, the topic was thin line between love and hate.
This
And
went
I'm
way deeper than that, Blue.
yeah, no. But you know what? It's this was needed because at the end of the day, it's not a man versus a woman. It's universal. You know what I'm saying? And not only is it universal, it's cultural.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, in the black community, because like you said, it comes from when you're a kid or what you see, you know, or the environment that you live in. I mean, we're all from different areas, you know, and what I might see or what Stan might see or what your son might see or Tatanisha, you or Danielle or anybody that's in the chat might be something different as far as when they were growing up and how they might treat a man or a woman, vice versa. So I think for us even doing the show, I think it was a dope show. And not only was it a dope show, we all left with taking something away from it. So the biggest thing is where do we go from here? Like what can be the change as men and women, especially, you know, Danielle, you have 2 young sons. I have a daughter. Tatsisha, you did an excellent job with your son. Stan, you'll be having a kid. You know what I'm saying? So what is it that we can all take away from this, and everybody that's in the chat, what can we take away from this moving forward far as for the next generation?
I mean, like he said, just learn yourself and then learn the person that you with. Bottom line, learn yourself and learn the person that you with. Simple, because you gotta accept you, and then before you accept anybody else, you gotta learn you before you learn anybody else. Because you trying to learn yourself and somebody else, you just gonna self-destruct. Because that shit too hard. That shit's way too hard.
Taking accountability is what I'm gonna say. Taking accountability for your actions, and I say that for men, especially black men, and especially during times like this. Right now is a time for us to really, really hone our shit. We do a lot of shit as black men that's just dead out wrong when it comes to women, when it comes to how we feel about shit, and I don't give a fuck mentality. I don't give a fuck mentality from a woman is very different than the I don't give a fuck mentality of a man. And let me explain something to you. We got more aggression and more adrenaline, so we can hit a little bit harder. Respectfully, during times like this is when we need to get some fucking sense inside our brains and say, hey, we need to make a business idea. Hey, we gotta have some empathy. Hey, she done took care of my child this whole entire time, and I'm still treating her like a dog. Man, get my shit together. Hey, I'm still on her couch. Hey, her feet hurting from working all day, and I'm not working and I'm not doing shit. So let me rub on her feet and say thank you at least. Hey, it's time for us to support another black business and another black young man and pass on wisdom. Hey, it's time for me to get some mental health, and it's okay to get mental health, go to therapy, take accountability for your shit. I don't mean I preach, you know, I'm just saying.
Preach, preacher.
Yeah, preach.
Yeah.
Tatanisha, what you got, Danielle?
Accountability is definitely what I was gonna say. Definitely. I knew that's what I wanted to say by the middle of this conversation. What part of it that I could get? Mind your damn business, sir.
Okay, my bad.
But that's what I was.
I was gonna say, don't think that the women y'all off the hook. That I didn't say nothing to y'all. I honestly think y'all need to take accountability and stop sitting here saying
But
why
I
did
just
he,
said,
and stop blaming a man for being a dog, because you knew he was a
Preach,
dog when he
preacher.
barked.
but
That's
that's what
it.
I said.
Preach,
I
Amen,
never.
preacher.
You
preacher.
knew he was a dog when he barked. You knew he was a dog when he
Mm-hmm.
barked the first time. You knew he was a dog when he took that L. You knew he was a dog when he went to go fetch for that motherfucking piece of steak over there. You knew he was a dog
Mm-hmm.
when he was licking all different types of flavors, and you still crying being stupid. And you know what you doing?
Preach, preacher.
Insane shit, because
Preach.
you insane. So I need you to go get some mental help too. I
Mm.
said what I said.
Danielle, you
Okay.
ain't saying nothing. That was
No,
too
listen.
hit.
No, because I'm
Oh
listening to
my
that.
nerves.
But I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. You
I
know,
knew
you're
you
definitely
had something
correct.
to
You're
say.
definitely correct. But you know, change come from within. You know, and whatever change you do, whether it's for the positive, you know, just know your children are watching. That's the damn shit. Children are watching. However you come through,
Right.
however you act,
No, you're right.
and whatever you put into your children, it's gonna come back out on you. Just so you
Yeah.
Right.
know and you're aware of that. And whether or not you appreciate that or you don't appreciate that, at some point, when you get older and you're gonna need help from your children, just know they're gonna know who was there for you, who was there for them, and who wasn't. So
Mm.
this is the time. Get y'all shit, all of our shits together,
Mm-hmm.
and focus on the bigger picture. You know what I mean? You take the details as a, you know, how you get to the end game, but at the end of the day, you got your children watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. I did have one more question before we end everything. The next show. What's we last week we did behind the badge. We had two police officers come on and speak, and I think that was the best show. Would y'all agree that we've done so far? This is the fifth show. I can't thank y'all enough.
Right.
Todd, Tanisha, Ange, just all of y'all, you know, for making this happen. But for the next show, what is it that you all would like to talk about?
We should do it. So the same thing we did. Remember the show prior to the last show. We
What's
actually did
next?
a part two to
Hold
that.
on one second, y'all. Go ahead, I'm listening.
We did a part 2 to 3 last week. So week number 3, we were talking about the protests and things like that. And after the protests, what's next? And then the following week, we did the behind the badge where we spoke with the law enforcement. So I feel like now after this show, I think that we should do something to kind of piggyback off of this show, because I really like this show, even though I couldn't really be on as the way that I usually am. I think we should
So
do
something is similar to this show, or you were saying?
something to like a part 2, like not necessarily like the same way we did for 3 and 4,
But it still has to.
Okay.
right? I
Okay.
understand that. I was reaching.
I know. I was thinking of entrepreneurship
Yeah,
as
that's
well, as
what we
far as
need
one of the
to.
shows.
Yeah, that's dope.
As far as Black business owners stand, of course. Danielle, Tatanisha, we all are doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about a show like that because a lot of people that we all have started businesses. A lot of people that haven't or have never started a business don't know how to, or are scared, or
Right.
think that it might cost X amount of dollars when it really doesn't. So I was thinking about maybe doing a show and just have people from different businesses, especially
Mm-hmm.
Black-owned businesses, and taking each other's information, because we at the end of the
I
day we
think
have
that
to
was great.
support each other.
I
We
think
have
that
to
would be
support
great.
each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
that's
think it's
that's
some great
dope.
Black
I think y'all
experts.
should do a show on marriage counseling and how to keep. Well, I think that first idea was absolutely amazing. How to invest and how to grow financially and how to popularize on our population and in our community as far as Black people are concerned. Because I'm Black everything. But as far but when it comes to I think you guys should have a show about counselors, like a counseling services for Black people, for marriages that
Mm-hmm.
are failing, for people who don't know how to get through it together, for people who it's really tough times right now. So y'all have methods. Everybody got different methods and how they work. But when they tell somebody and share some light on somebody, a young marriage or a young relationship, it makes them want to push to be like, strive to be like that couple. You get what I'm saying? So maybe
Yeah.
you guys can have that. You guys can talk about sexuality. Why is it
Domestic
fluid? Why is
violence.
it not fluid inside the African American community?
Hmm. Definitely want to do a domestic violence
I
show
definitely
as
want to
well.
do that. I definitely want
Yeah.
to
Um,
do that. But I also wanted to do because I am an advocate for the, and I always think that the conversation is taboo, Blue, when they talk about sexual abuse.
Okay.
It's all
And I feel like everybody tries to shy away from it. Like I said, it's taboo. Every time you bring up the conversation,
Sexual
everybody
abuse to
will
men or women?
to both. I think that it's for both. I think there should be a conversation about sexual abuse awareness. There's a lot of people that are actually that I know that it's therapeutic for some. You know what I mean? And that conversation is one that most don't like to have. You know what I mean? But when if you have a group conversation about it, people are more prone to A, listen, B, get some therapy from that, or B, be able to speak out.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree. I definitely want to do that. We could do
I
that. We could
think the entrepreneurship show is definitely needed because like you said, Blue, like a lot of people is just like they're scared to jump into that field, and like I was just having that conversation with somebody, and we was talking about the reparations, and they was basically saying how like they would rather us like black people get pay no taxes versus the so-called reparations being like 400,000 to uh, black people, and then I was basically said like you can be financially free with that 400,000 if you use it right, and they basically was trying to tell me um, that they would rather be they would rather have tax free for the rest of their life, and I said, but you'll still have a 9 to 5, you'll still be working for somebody, you will not be financially independent because you're still working for somebody, and you're not working on yourself and working towards
This
um,
guy's
Okay.
and and they was
he
basically
was
was like, yo, yeah, you right, and like
right with us.
and that's why I say like being an
Big.
entrepreneur, like jumping in that field is scary, but it's well worth it. And like a lot of people really gotta understand that. Really gotta get some get in that field.
yeah.
I really preach that.
No, I agree. I definitely wanted to while I have her on the line.
Hmm.
I definitely wanted to uh, seriously do a show about, and I know I keep going back to it about domestic violence.
Yeah.
Danielle is actually an advocate and a speaker. Let me know, Danielle, if I'm saying it wrong. For domestic violence, and
Hmm.
I just wanted people to know exactly how important that is, as
Hmm.
well as far as one of the shows. But Danielle, did you want to say anything about that or speak on that?
yeah.
Not to put you on the spot. I ain't trying to
No,
put you
you're
on the
fine
spot.
because I knew that was going to come up eventually. I am a domestic violence survivor of 9 years, and I was able to get out, but it came at a huge cost. And on top of that, I was able to get out by doing my own business, by having my children, and being able to overcome, I'll say, not only the physical scars, but the mental, the healing process of it, and being able to fight for others because as an advocate, I've also turned my advocacy into motivational speaking. So, with that said, it's not just only speaking as far as domestic violence on the educational terms, it's more so really getting people to understand what domestic violence looks like from a survivor standpoint. And it's very important because, you could call, why we stay, why we go through this, but it's a whole type of tactics that that abusers use to keep their victims. And unless
Hmm.
you personally experience that, you can never understand what it looks like. It is psychological warfare on so many levels. And so, now I would love to come on and talk about it and actually tell you the story because it's like I said, it's a lot of stories I could talk about, but domestic violence is very needed. And hopefully it will bring a conversation to where, and an awareness to where further protect not only just women but also men that go through it, and to help heal the children that are witnessing to that. So hopefully, yeah. I don't know when you'll talk about, but I'll definitely speak on it.
I didn't want to bring that out. I definitely just wanted to let everybody know that is which I know everybody does know, but that is a very important topic and a needed discussion as well. But now I'm just trying to figure out what will be the next show. I know the what's next, the behind the badge, this show, they were all completely different. But I don't know what for next week. What would you guys, if we did an entrepreneur show, or if we did whatever show that we did, I would just say
I say
in
celebrate
order.
Black excellence. Celebrate Black excellence. We always talk
That's a
about
fact.
the problems, but celebrate what's going on with us. What's positive in your life? Like
Hmm.
Let's
what's
do the
keeping you sane?
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Let's do the entrepreneurship. The only thing I could say is for us to really, us all to really effectively make any change, we just got to let people know.
Yeah.
The more people we have in here is in that get the knowledge and the information, the better off we'll be, and the more that we can actually make a change. So now we all agree for next week is entrepreneurship. I'll have some people that are in different fields come up and
Hmm.
speak about what exactly they're doing, how they got their start, and if how they can help people get a start.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that.
So I know Joseph said he wanted to say something, but I couldn't bring him up. Joseph, if you could type it into the chat before we end the show, I can I can answer any questions, or we can answer any questions that you may have. What do you guys think about tonight?
This is dope. It's crazy because I stumbled upon it when you posted it on the gram, and I was just like, oh, I was like, all right, I'm not busy. Let me go see my man Blue doing.
Yeah, man.
Bro,
I wish you could have caught last week, man. Last week was it
yeah,
was dope, man. Danielle could tell you got like it
Last
was
week was
we
good.
went
Last week was good.
we hearing the
word,
perspective from police officers, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, and especially black men in blue.
hmm,
It was
yeah. I
it,
caught a I caught a little bit of it, and then I had got up because I've been so busy with what I'm doing now. That, but
yeah.
I definitely caught a little bit of it and shit, and I was trying to get in tune, but I was just so busy driving around and moving around that I couldn't even get time and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's all
I'm gonna try to make sure that I tune in. I come up because I support you no matter what. So I'm just
vice
make
versa.
sure that
Yeah.
I try to come up, every Tuesday and shit like
Yeah.
that. You know.
Everything's on YouTube also. So as soon as this is finished,
Oh,
it
word?
will be
It
on
is?
YouTube. Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah, I could send you that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's it. I know I was trying to wait for Joseph to see if he had something to say. Tatanisha, did you have anything else to say? I don't know if she can hear me. But other than that, if nobody has anything else to say, I would just like to thank you all for tuning in. I truly appreciate you all. And yeah, if y'all got any questions, the only thing I say is if y'all could add y'all Instagram at the bottom, so if anybody wants to start following you all,
What added in the comments?
yeah, add it in the comments. And we could all keep in contact and build. Even the people that's in the chat, if y'all want to add y'all Instagram, by all means, add it. And Tatanisha is back. Tatanisha, did you have anything else you wanted to say before we close out? I can't hear you. All right. Well, y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Have a good night.
All right.
What's this?
No.